88.9 WERS.
It's funny when you stop and think about just how far we've come. Who thought that we'd all end up right here from where we started from? I know that this river's wide, but look ahead, you can see the other side. I know that you just keep on trying. We're gonna make it.
Hi, I'm Nina with 88.9 WERS, and we're here at the Life is Good Festival with Jesse Dee. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you, Nina?
I am very good, thank you. So you're actually going to be going on stage in a couple hours later today, and it's like a little bit cloudy, but otherwise really nice outside. So how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. The sun is just starting to come out, and I've been looking forward to this performance for a while now, and it's nice that it's here.
Great. So you're one of the few acts of the day who's actually going to be bringing, R&B and soul for people to hear. So how did you decide to go about, when you're going to be a musician, that was the genre you wanted to tackle?
It wasn't really something that I sat down and took a look at all the genres and,
Chose it off the list.
went over the pros and cons, and it's something that I've always been drawn to, and something that really moves me, and it's something I really enjoy. So I think when, as a musician, I kind of have to enjoy the music that I'm playing first and foremost, and
Absolutely.
You kind of hope that other people do as well. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what I like. So
Great. So what's something you like that you're really drawn to about the genre of music?
I like the emotion and the raw feeling that I think some of the best songs of the genre can convey. I think I've always been drawn to music with feeling, and yeah, that's probably my favorite part about it.
Yeah. Well, you've opened up for some people that are definitely bring that feeling, and which would be really exciting because you opened up for Etta James, and right? Yeah. So what is it like being able to work, maybe not hand in hand, but just work alongside people like this and learn from
it's
bigger
pretty
names?
it's pretty amazing, and there opportunities like that are not taken for granted, and they're shows that I'll always remember, and it's such a stuff like that is such a privilege to not only get to play with an artist or artists that I revere and look up to so much, but the opportunity to play in front of their fans and their crowd is very special.
Yeah. And so I know in Boston, because you're from the Boston area, you're really kind of a staple for that scene, and especially within the R&B and soul genre. So what is something about Boston that you really enjoy as a part of Boston's music scene? Because it's pretty wide and there's a lot going on inside of it.
Yeah, I think for as much that's going on, there's something for everybody, I think, in the Boston music scene, and it's not as big as, say, the music scene in New York or Chicago or bigger cities. But I think my favorite part about the Boston music scene is the communal aspect of it. That there's not only is there a family-like quality between a lot of the musicians that really support each other and make music with each other, that there's just wonderful music fans in Boston that go out every night of the week just to see music, and they not only do they enjoy it, but they need it and they depend upon it, and those are my kind of people.
Yeah,
so.
Definitely. So at WERS, as I know we're a non-commercial station and play a lot of local acts and bigger artists as well. And especially within Boston, the radio is very, very important to helping get these people noticed, for those who don't know, or just gaining more and more fans for people who already do listen. So what's something, either growing up in your own life or as a musician, about public radio that has really been of help or inspiration as the years go on?
Well, public radio is very important in that it can really kind of dictate the music itself that it's playing, and really curate that and play that on the air, whereas non-public radio is gets more and more corporate and gets dictated by advertisers, so public radio, I think, is more important than ever, and especially for an artist that's just trying to start out, or an artist that's been doing it for 50 years.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's just a invaluable help that as far as getting your music out to the public and to the ears that hopefully want to hear it. And WERS has been very, very good to me, very kind to us over the years, and it's something we're always grateful for.
Yeah. Well, we love to play music.
Well,
It's
thank
great.
you.
Absolutely. And then in terms of the Boston scene as well, I mean, you've been playing for a while now, since the 90s. So is there anything you've learned, as the years go on, that has changed the way you perform, the way you write music, or anything that as you've grown up and the longer you play music that kind of you learn along the way that you wouldn't have guessed earlier on?
That's a good question. I think, you learn, as with anything in life, you hope to learn from your mistakes, and kind of build on them and improve on them. And I think just kind of experiencing the live concert, live performance setting, that you figure out what works and what you probably shouldn't try again. But I think that taking chances is such a important part of growing as an artist, and not being afraid to make mistakes is really how you learn and improve. And I just love you gotta just kind of put stuff out there sometimes and see.
What's
see
one
where
of
it
those?
falls.
What's one of those like pushes or jumps or things that, or even a mistake that winds up being funny now that back then?
Yeah, I'm
wasn't?
trying to give you some good content here, and I can't think of a specific moment, but I think that I don't know. Maybe just as far as interacting with the crowd and communicating with the crowd, I guess you kind of have to not be afraid of making a fool out of yourself sometimes. I guess I'm my own worst critic. I hate listening back to myself talk or perform, but I can't believe I said that. I can't believe I did that. But sometimes I think that you can't be afraid of just going with the flow and living in the moment, and kind of just trying to make a connection with people.
Definitely. So then, last question. Life is Good is all about positive vibes and really, really spreading this optimism and stuff to those around you and to help influence, in the end, the world. So what's something that you feel like has helped you, either a thought or a message or something that kind of keeps your spirits up?
That's also a good question. I think it comes down to, life is good. But life is really short, and it's very fleeting, and it's a lot better to be optimistic about things, and it can be life is not easy, and it can certainly get you down, and the more negativity that you conjure up about all that, the worse it is for you, and the worse it is for everybody around you. And life is indeed good, and it's a wonderful thing, and so it's worth spreading that message and spreading optimism to people who need to hear that.
Yeah, definitely. So is there anything in the future that people can look forward to? Shows, dates?
We're gonna, we got a busy touring schedule, and we're getting ready to record another album, and I think the next show in Boston will be on November 29th at the Brighton Music Hall, which is the Friday after Thanksgiving. So certainly looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And,
so that's it?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to us. And once again, my name is Nina with 88.9 WERS, and thank you, Jesse Dee.
Thank you, Nina.